This is the GoTrax F3 2.0. In this review, first I'll walk you through all the components, then we'll get into some first-person riding footage, test out the motor. I don't know if we're going to get to 28. I'm gonna try though. And finally, some third-person riding footage where I'll give you the pros and cons of this folding electric bike. But first, let's take a closer look. Now I know what some of you are thinking, this bike looks almost identical to a Lectric XP 3.0. I promise you though, there are some differences. By the end of this video, I'll have a better idea and you will too. But one of the main things that they share in common is the price. The F3 is currently priced at just $999. And that $1,000 price point is an important price point to hit because so many people are looking for an affordable but still capable electric bike. And if after watching this review or any of the other reviews that we've done, you can help support the channel for free by using our link down in the description before you make your purchase. Thank you for your support. And I almost forgot to mention, we have a new entrant into the e-bike fleet. Yes, it's a new Tote. I'll talk more about it towards the end of the walk around when we fold this electric bike. But first, let's talk about colors. So the bike is offered in seafoam green, navy blue, and they're calling this graphite, but it certainly has some gold hues to it. I think it looks really sharp. It's a metallic paint job, and it also has black accents towards the rear. Now, GoTrax is a brand that has been around for some time, more well known, I think, in the scooter space, but they certainly have a lot of e-bike models, and this is just the first of several GoTrax models that we're going to feature on the channel. So let me know in the comment section which one you'd like to see next, and also share your experience. If you already own a GoTrax, has your experience been positive or negative? Help us and help others as well looking to make a purchase. The F3 has a 264 pound capacity. It weighs in at 58.3 pounds. I'm a 6 foot tall rider and I can still get full leg extension, and the handlebars are adjustable as well. It's an upright riding position with these T-style bars. Next, let's dive into all the components. To this day, it surprises me that we have hydraulic disc brakes on a $999 e-bike. These are Nut branded, a brand that we've seen other e-bike manufacturers include. They're paired with 180 millimeter rotors. And this is a fat tire folding electric bike. You have 20 by 4 inch wide Chow Yang branded tires. They have some tread on them, so if you want to take this on some crushed gravel, you certainly could. Fenders come included in the front, they're metal, and in the rear. The front wheel attaches with a bolt-on axle. There's a basic suspension front fork, preload adjustment on the left, lockout on the right. The front headlight runs off the main battery, and there's a rear light as well, brake actuated. They've done some cable management, and the cables run beneath the frame here. That's because the battery is in here, which I will show you. 4-bolt pattern for mounting a front rack on the head tube. Folding mechanism here, we'll get into that later. Let's talk about the included accessories. Firstly, a bottle cage, and they give you a mount to mount it to the stem. They give you not one, but 2 mirrors, a plastic phone case, and this saddlebag, which also includes a tire lever. And there's a separate pocket on the right side where I have the included folding lock, and you also get an included bell as well. Moving to the handlebars, you have ergonomic, non-locking grips and a half grip on the right with a right-hand twist grip throttle. We have Shimano's 7-speed Sys Index thumb shifter, very common at this price point. And of course, the matching nut hydraulic disc brake levers with motor cutoffs. Pretty much straight handlebars. Now let's jump into the display. 5-button control on the left, power buttons on the bottom, color LCD display, battery capacity in the top, speed front and center. Then we have pedal assist, 0 all the way up to 5. You can turn the lights on by hitting the bottom button here on the controls. The screen will go dim. And hitting the top button on the side here changes between trip, odometer, max speed, and average speed. There's a walk mode by holding pedal assist down, and it does animate while you're riding. There's a GoTrax branded seat, fairly comfortable. got some cushion there. We have folding metal pedals, push in and tilt up. Kickstand located towards the rear, and there is an additional piece on the end that makes it a little sturdier in soft ground like this. Big GoTrax branding on the down tube, F3 on the rear stay here. There's a look at the rear hydraulic disc brake, and then you have this rack, which is built right into the frame. Max capacity is 25 kilograms, right around 50 pounds. The motor is GoTrax branded. They say 500 watts. I'm curious to see how this performs. Gearing is 14 to 28 teeth, again, 7 speeds. They're using a Shimano tourney rear derailleur, and in the front, a massive front chainring. This is 52 teeth, dual-sided plastic chain guard, safety sticker behind the seat tube, and no protection here. So if you take it off-road, I'd recommend picking up a chainstay protector. Otherwise, your frame is gonna get nicked. And that brings us to the folding mechanism on this side. Let's fold this bike. So first I'll turn off the bike. Then we'll lower the handlebars, lower the seat post a little bit, fold the pedals, push in and tilt up. I usually find that the left pedal pointed at a downward angle works really well. And then I'll fold the handlebars, slide and pull there. Those will drop down. And then the main clasp, slide and pull out. I'll put the kickstand up and bring the frame around. And rest it on its stand. So there you go, a folded GoTrax F3 2.0. And now that it's folded, I can show you the battery. So next, there is a key that does need to be in the bike for it to turn on. It also unlocks the battery. If I turn the key once to the left, that will allow you to remove the key. The battery is locked in the frame and the bike won't turn on, but I'll put the key back in here. And if I turn the key all the way to the left and remove it, then I can remove this battery. There's a pin on this side. This battery has a handle on it, and here it is. The battery is 48 volt, 14 amp hours. It's UL certified. And what's nice with these folding frames is the battery is completely protected when it's inside the frame. So if you ever take it out, you might want to consider one of our battery bags. This is the size small, fits this battery nice and easily, perfect when you're out on the go. This and other high quality e-bike accessories available at shop.ebikeescape.com. And yes, the battery can be charged when it's removed, but also when it's in the bike. Right here, there's a rubber cover, and that battery can be charged with the included 3 amp charger. And if you're curious, this is where that locking pin is. Now, what makes folding bikes like this one great is it's portable. If you have an SUV, you can easily throw it in the back. It's still heavy though, but what makes it easier is a tote. Let me show you that. So here is my brand new tote. Seeing it for the first time on the channel, had to retire the old one. There will be a link in the description to buy this in case you happen to live near a Home Depot. But what's awesome is you can easily throw your folding bike in your tote and then put the tote in your vehicle. And even more, one person can be on one side and another person can be on the other, and it makes it much more manageable. And to make it even easier, this tote has wheels on it, so you can lift up one side and easily roll your folding e-bike around. Again, link down in the description. Enough talk about the components though, let's get into some first-person riding. Now, I did go into the advanced settings and change the top speed, but our first test will be throttle alone, and you do get full access to the throttle no matter the pedal assist level, though at pedal assist level 0, no access to the right-hand twist grip throttle. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, throttle only. Definitely a bit of a punchy motor, especially considering the price point. And you can probably hear it here, but there's 20. So this motor is pretty capable. I am very curious to see how it does up our hill climb test. All right, let's go through the various pedal assist levels. Now, I have to say, I did need to reach out to GoTrax because when I first started riding this bike, I really thought it was a torque sensor. This pedaling experience is unlike anything I've experienced on any other electric bike, and I'm going to try to explain it to you. All right, so pedal assist level 1, first gear. I can tell that the cadence sensor is sensing I'm pedaling, But what's really interesting is, and it's more noticeable in the higher pedal assist levels, but the motor is kind of surging. Like it's not giving me all the power when I'm spinning my legs just like this. But if I spin them a little bit faster, I'm not sure if that's a magnet thing or a sensitivity thing. But in order to get the motor to fully kick on in the pedal assist level, it seems like I need to just spin my legs a little bit faster or continue to do so. And that's kind of why it feels like a torque sensor. It's, like I said, very interesting. And this is also speed limited. So you can see at pedal assist level 1, I'm going about 10 miles an hour. Let's go into pedal assist level 2. Every pedal assist level is going to coincide with a speed. Now, the surging, if you will, I don't have a better term for it, is more noticeable here in pedal assist level 2. Let's go into 3rd gear, maybe even 4th gear. So yes, I can tell that the motor is on, but it doesn't seem like it's giving me all the power it has until I spin my legs a little bit faster. And we're getting up to 15. Let's shift up to 5th gear. So it looks like the motor starts cutting off 16 miles an hour or so. Let's go ahead and go into pedal assist level 3. Again, just leisurely spinning my legs in 6th gear, going about 17 miles an hour. But if I just spin my legs a little bit faster, you can probably see the speed is going up, which is interesting on a cadence sensor electric bike. Legs starting to spin a little bit faster at 20. I went to 7th gear here. We'll take the turn. All right, let's go in pedal assist level 4. Again, the motor, you might even be able to hear it. It's just kicking on for just a second. It's still continuing to provide enough power to cruise at 17 miles an hour pretty easily. It's just if I spin my legs a little bit more, there we go, 20 miles an hour. So very interesting. 22. Definitely hear some noise in the front. Not sure if that's the front suspension or the metal fenders causing just a little bit of noise. Again, everything with this bike needs to take into account the price of the bike. All right, pedal assist level 5, 7th gear. And just spinning my legs. On any other cadence sensor electric bike, I would be getting full power from the motor. We'd be going 28 miles an hour potentially if it's a class 3 electric bike. So just a different riding experience. All right, I'll spin my legs a little bit more. And again, I'm not putting too much effort in. I could provide this amount of effort for a long time. I can tell we're going to get close to that ghost pedaling though. 24 miles an hour. And this is a cadence that I really wouldn't want to do for a long time because I'm just spinning my legs really fast. 25. You can see my legs spinning right there. I don't know if we're going to get to 28. I'm going to try though. Okay, there we go, 27. Whew, it's hard, but you can do it. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna get up to speed. And at this fire hydrant, we'll do a brake test. All right, hard not to lock up the tires. But thanks to those fat tires, stopping distance is what I would expect. So that is how the bike performs on flat ground. I can't wait to see how this motor does up our hill climb test, especially on throttle alone. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. This is the hill climb test that I test out all the electric bikes that I review on the channel. The GoPro makes this hill look so much smaller than it is. So put up a picture as well as the specs of the hill, cruising at 20. We'll see what the minimum speed is. More curious how it's going to do while pedaling though. Now, if you're watching this video and you already own a GoTrax, I would love to hear what your experience has been, especially if you've had to get in contact with the company at all. All right, 18 miles an hour, 17, 16, and I'm also curious what model you own or are also considering. 14 miles an hour. Now, I will note that I've been riding this bike a bit. We're down to 3 bars out of 5 on the display. But a plenty capable motor. And it looks like 14 miles an hour was going to be the minimum speed. All right, with that, I'm going to go back down the hill and we'll see how this cadence sensor performs on this hill. All right, let's see what the bike can do while pedaling. Pedal assist level 1, and I might need first gear, we'll see. All right, I'm slowing down my cadence just a little bit to see. I'm still getting some motor power, not a lot, and only going 5 miles an hour. I would have to push a little bit harder. This would be your conserved battery pedal assist level, but still going to be a pretty significant workout up a large hill. Let's go into pedal assist level 2. Instantly felt a little bit of relief there. All right, this is much better. First gear, pedal assist level 2, doable. I actually thought it was going to be a little bit harder to get the motor power, but not too bad. Let's go into pedal assist level 3. I don't feel a significant difference there. Let's go into pedal assist level 4. So I think if you're expecting to not put in any effort, that's not going to happen going up a hill. You still have to put in some pedal power. Let's go into pedal assist level 5. So it seemed 2 through 5, I don't feel a significant difference spinning my legs, providing some power. Now, if I put a little bit more power on my legs, spin my legs faster, I'm certainly getting more power out of the motor. You can see the speed going up 12. I could even shift up here. So that is just going to be the experience with this bike. So perhaps on hills, this might be one of those bikes where you just want to use the throttle if you want to get up the hill a little bit faster, or just know that you'll have to at least spin your legs faster to get more power out of this motor. But definitely worth conserving battery and putting in some human effort. All right, with that, let's get into some third-person riding footage. I'll give you my concluding thoughts on the GoTrax F3. This is a price point bike, and GoTrax is aiming to pack a lot of features into the F3. When I first started filming this review, the price was an impressive $999, but now it's gone up to $1299. That's not uncommon in the industry with tariffs and the tricky balance of supply and demand. Be sure to check the current pricing down in the description, as snagging a deal on this e-bike might be a deciding factor. The biggest differentiator of this e-bike compared to other folding electric bikes at similar prices with similar specs is the pedaling experience. I'm still a bit perplexed. It's hard to believe this is a cadence sensor. If I get any updates on what's going on here, I'll be sure to leave them in the pinned comment below. Assuming it is a cadence sensor, this e-bike doesn't operate like any other cadence sensor e-bike I've reviewed. You have to put in more effort to get the full power of the motor in each pedal assist level, which sounds like a torque sensor, right? But after riding it more, I have to say I liked the experience compared to other cadence sensor e-bikes, especially ones at super affordable prices. I could control my speed better while riding with my wife. Now the pedal assist levels are still speed limited, which I'd prefer they weren't, but it's not like it ramps you up to that speed in a hurry and then cuts you off abruptly. With that out of the way, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. You get a 14 amp hour battery, a powerful motor, especially considering it's advertised at just 500 watts, hydraulic disc brakes, fenders, a basic front suspension fork, and a rear rack built right into the frame. They do include some cheaper accessories, but I think many will find at least a few of them useful. I also think the paint job is pretty cool, though the logo, yes, is quite large. Plus, this e-bike folds for storage and transportation, which of course is what popularized bikes like this. So here are some considerations. First, the grips. More than most non-locking grips, they slip around easily, so that's something I'd swap out. Next, the front fork had some clunk to it, as you could hear in the first-person riding footage. That's one of the indications of this being a price point bike. While the inclusion of a 52-tooth front chainring was a good call, the 14 teeth, aka the largest gear in the rear, is limiting once you start getting into the 20+ mile/hour range. And finally, yes, much like similar looking folding e-bikes, the key has to be in it for the bike to work. That's just a minor thing though. If you need to remove the battery frequently, just know it takes a bit more time compared to externally mounted batteries. This is due to you at least partially having to fold the bike. But on the plus side, the battery is well protected. So the F3 is a bike that might look similar to others on the market on paper, but it has one key difference, and maybe it's the most important one: the way it feels when riding. If you plan to pick up a GoTrax e-bike, consider using our link in the description before doing so. It's free. Thank you so much for your support. Let me know what you think of the F3, GoTrax, and folding e-bikes in general down in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.